Okay, so it's August 19th, and
you're going to plant potatoes.
We're planting potatoes.
What kind of potatoes are these? Look at this.
Planting potatoes in August.
They're yellow? That's how they are, kind of yellowish inside?
Yes, this is a variety called Valerie.
Valerie.
And it's very hard to get seed potatoes this time of year in Florida. And this is our big experiment to try growing a late crop of potatoes in this area. So we couldn't really plant earlier because it's just too hot for potatoes, really.
How are you going to irrigate them?
We have this overhead.
Oh, overhead sprinkler. Okay.
Overhead sprinkler. So I'm an overhead man because I can't deal with
all that all the time.
Removing things and burying things and
small farm is okay, but
and you know you know how God waters things.
Right.
He waters things from above as a general rule. So the fear
that.
You know, the fear of overhead is kind of overblown. Overhead is good, and even so like some squash, they'll get a fungus like a powdery mildew type thing.
I've seen that.
If you don't get enough overhead, if you go with a underground watering, some things actually directly benefit from. You would think it's over the top, but actually they like they like that water on something. Anyway, so we're planting late because we're hoping to get a crop in 3 months from now. So this variety is relatively
September,
early.
October, November, sometime early November. You're hoping.
Middle of November. Yeah, middle to late November. And that's usually when we have our first chance of frosts here.
And potatoes can handle cold anyway, right?
They can handle cold, they just can't handle freeze.
But under the ground they still can.
They'll still be good. That's right.
But that might be perfect timing. If your timing's right, then everything dies at the right time, and then you harvest.
Yes.
You hit the jackpot, right?
Yeah. So we already kind of divided a few that could be divided.
That's cool.
And
this is hot though.
This is hot out here. So I just want to do a real brief intro to how I found potatoes do best here. I actually grew potatoes here a year ago, and then I had a crop of squash here. They're done. So what I do is I till it and then run a trench.
With the tiller.
It's like I till with a little tractor.
Okay.
4-foot tiller. So I run a trench.
With
a little center plow, like a little.
So that's how you make
funky
these
thing. So I make a trench, and then I plant in the trench.
Right.
This is only something you can do if you have our well-drained soil, and I don't cover it.
You don't cover it, huh?
I just cover the plant. So first I've just run through this with this tiller like that. Just to loosen it up, you know, after going through, just even it out, right?
Right.
And then after they're planted, when they come up in about a month, you know, they'll be up nicely, all things going well. Then I go with the little tiller.
So you just lay them on top?
No, when I say I don't cover them, I mean I don't fill it. I just poke them in. Yeah. So this is.
Okay, I see.
So I think I already.
So how far apart do you?
Well, this late I'm going to plant them really close.
Close, they're not grow that big.
And also these are kind of funky seeds.
Okay.
So
just like that.
I'll just go in and just cover them.
Okay.
And
about 12 inches.
12 to 14 inches.
Okay.
And like that. And just cover them.
Okay.
And then these will come up in about 3 weeks or a month. They'll be they'll be up, and then I go with this tiller again
and push the sides
and
in.
I just run the tiller on
yeah,
the
so
sides
cover,
of them,
cover the new shoots.
and that covers them enough.
Idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And at that point, the potatoes are in their vigorous stage,
right?
And they'll vegetatively, and they'll outgrow any weeds that come up. So that's pretty much the last weeding I have to do. Is right at that time, and then they fill out, weeds, and then by the time the weeds have kind of gone up around, it's harvest time for the potatoes. So
well, that's good, because plus that's how you survive the heat.
Yeah.
Because you're not making tubers when you plant them; you're just growing vegetation. So that's good.
Yeah.
Water to plant ratio, you know.
Yeah.
Later in the you don't want heat but you get in the winter you're getting the coolness.
It'll cool down. So it's pretty simple.
Idea. Yeah.
But
I like the idea.
Northern growers, people who have like clay soils, they can't really plant in a trench because things tend to rot and stuff. I usually go with even a deeper trench than this, but like this is quite deep. Look, you see? Yeah. I'll stick them in like that, and then just cover them, and then like I say, I'll just go over. And by the way, I really like these electric tools, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have. They're much less fuss and muss, and they're much quieter than.
That's
right. I've actually got different series, and I think these Ryobis, for the money, they're probably the best in the inexpensive series.
In their class, yeah.
There's Greenworks is also, and probably the best of the series, if you want to spend more money, are the Ego.
Ego. Okay.
Yeah, that series of growers. I ended up, because I had deals on different, so I ended up with 3 different series. Ideally, you just want to stick with one, and that way all your batteries.
They all match.
They all match, but these, like on this thing here, you can put all different kinds of tools on this handle, and it's got plenty of vigor. I mean, it'll just run.
Yeah, I see it. So how many hours can you use it? You can do this whole job that you wanted to do before you charge it?
Depends on your batteries. I got other batteries, but one battery will last about as long as I will. So, you know.
There you go. And it's pooped out, you are too.
Yeah, I have the same system with a
weed whacker,
trimmer for weed whacker, and trimmer for the grapes, like a hedge trimmer, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, these are the way to go. All this gas powered stuff, it all goes funky after a year or two.
These last long?
Yeah, they just go.
They just keep going, huh?
They just go. Yeah, and much more pleasant to work with.
Yeah, without the smoke, the sound.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm just going to do. Is plant spuds, and that's how we do it.
Very nice. Very good.
All right.
Thanks.